everyone, welcome back to Intuitive Vibes. Erica here. First and foremost, if you are visiting the channel for the first time, if you're new, please be sure to go through some of my content. I've managed to make playlists, so you have different playlists with different videos according to certain topics. If you can go through them, if you enjoy it, if you find it to be helpful and useful, please be sure to subscribe. I do update my content often. And of course, to all of my existing subscribers, welcome back. In this video, what I wanted to talk about was the narcissist and the silent treatment. Yes, the dreadful silent treatment. We all don't like silent treatment. We don't like to be ignored. But unfortunately, with the narcissist, it's a very skillful tactic that they use to kind of throw you off balance more psychologically. Now, narcissists are notoriously known for using the silent treatment. The reason being is because, well, considering the fact that people don't like the silent treatment, it's a way to punish the victim. Now, we all know the stages with the narcissist, right? We know the beginning, which is the love bombing stage. They put you on the pedestal and everything looks all happy-go-lucky. And then you have the midway in the relationship where things go flip-flop and everything is just pretty much, what is going on? I don't have any idea how this even happened. And then you have the devalue and discard stage, which is pretty much where the narcissist has decided that your resources are no longer needed and they want you to pretty much bounce. Unfortunately, I have to put it that way because that's really how it pans out when it comes to narcissistic relationships. But the silent treatment, much like gaslighting, is pretty much a tactic that a narcissist uses to psychologically punish you. They pretty much want to play with your head. And in using the silent treatment, it's very similar to gaslighting. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to handle things, especially if they're not responding to you. If they're not saying anything to you, they're not answering your calls, they're not answering your text messages, they're not bothering with you. Though you may see them doing things on the other end where they're publicly speaking with other people, they're interacting with other people, that's how you know it's silent treatment with you, because they're dealing with other people, they're not dealing with you. And it kind of throws you through, for a loop because they don't give you any explanations as to why. They don't respond to any of your questions. They just pretty much ignore you. And understand that while the silent treatment is going on, while you are trying to figure, what's going on, this is simultaneously feeding them their supply. Because they see that you're giving them the attention. They see that you're heartbroken, you're in pain, you're going through the motions, you're lashing, you're apologizing, you're upset, you're hurting, you're crying, you're angry, you're hurting, you're lashing, you're apologizing, you're upset, because you're confused. You are pretty much in this box that you have nowhere to turn because you don't know how to get out of it. It's like a box with no door. And if you rarely have any experience when it comes to narcissists or, fairly manipulative people, then you're pretty much just in a very confusing stage and you're stuck. Now, people who are familiar with narcissists and their tactics, and of course, manipulators, different maneuvers, they know that this is a pattern. Narcissists, though they are definitely afraid of being ignored themselves, they will put that on someone else. This is a pattern of a narcissist. This is what they use to, 1, gain narcissistic supply, 2, sit in the driver's seat and maintain control of the situation, knowing that you are, I don't want to use the term begging, but they look at you like you're a little puppy and you're begging for answers. You're begging for some type of response. Narcissists tend to use this tactic to teach a lesson, okay? And without giving you any explanation, because bear in mind, a narcissist can do this for days weeks, months, or even years, where you get no kind of closure whatsoever. And you're just left sitting there wondering, what just happened? I'm just so lost and dazed and confused. They thrive off of that. They thrive off of it. They thrive off of the idea that they left you in the dust with no explanation, and you spent all that time trying to reach out to them, trying to understand what's going on, trying to get a response. Not the type of response like a narcissist, but an explanation, reasons, what is going on. They live with that. They have no problem inflicting that kind of mental pain. Now, for those who aren't too familiar with narcissists, they would probably, in the midst of going through the silent treatment, if they've lost all type of contact from the narcissist, they may think that something happened to the narcissist, something bad happened to the narcissist. And the reality of it is, nothing bad happened. They're just doing what it is that they do best. They're manipulating. More so people who are in relationships with narcissists that are in the addiction phase, when they are trying to get out of the silent treatment area of the discard phase, what they do, they tend to hand over more boundaries. They tend to lower themselves even more just to try to gain or regain that position back in the narcissist's life. Because again, they don't know. They'll end up giving into the narcissist's wants, desires, and hopes. They'll end up giving more and more and more, and going deeper and deeper and deeper into that bond and into that manipulation, where the deeper you go, the harder it is to break that bond, the harder it becomes to release yourself from that bond. Because so as long as the narcissist knows that all they got to use is the silent treatment, and they got to, just implement that to get the attention and get the affection and get pretty much everything. I mean, you're giving them everything that they want, all because they are pretty much staying quiet. Meantime, they're looking at you. They're looking at your messages. They're listening to your voicemails. They're looking at your social media, seeing that you're hurt and everything. It's giving them their supply. The silent treatment doesn't necessarily just have to be in the discard phase. It goes on in the relationship too. So if you do something that the narcissist finds to be, a form of injury, or if they just, in their own eyes, they look at it like, oh, it was something I didn't like, or you said something I didn't like, or you did something I didn't like, they'll give you the silent treatment. They'll act cold. They'll act distant. They'll act like they don't want to talk. If they do respond, chances are it's going to be very minimal response. And that's their way of punishing you. So if you don't tread lightly with the narcissist, so to speak, they implement the silent treatment. After breakups, it's even bigger, because now they are, let's look at it this way. The purpose of the silent treatment is to invalidate you. It's to invalidate your feelings, and it's to invalidate your existence. But if you notice that they've been giving you the silent treatment, and then some time has gone by and they reach out to you, that's breadcrumbing. Okay? They just want to see how quick you are to jump and respond to them, how quick you are to, because once you decide, okay, you're giving me the silent treatment, you're not saying anything, at some point you're going to probably stop and just be like, all right, it is what it is. I mean, what am I going to do? That's when they decide to reach out to you and they decide to talk to you. And in some cases, I should say most cases, they'll act like nothing even happened. And they breadcrumb you. They'll talk to you for a little bit and then boom, right back at it again. Silent treatment again. That's the whole merry-go-round with the breadcrumbing stage, because during the silent treatment, they are, I guess you could say, testing the waters just to see your temperature and where you are in the midst of it. They want to still kind of show face, because they really don't have any intentions on fully discarding, but they want to kind of pop their head in every so often just to see where you are. Or if you're going through the healing stages and you're trying to get through levels of acceptance, they may try to pop up again just to kind of bring you right back to that level of pain. This is a sadistic tactic that they use. And it's really, really, it's horrible. It really is horrible because you have to really have no sense of remorse, no sense of empathy whatsoever to put someone through that. The silent treatment is, again, just a manipulation tactic to make you feel like you're going crazy. And so many people get devastated by this because they look at it like, how can someone just up and leave and do all of this? We were together for, years or whatever the case may be, and just not give a damn, just invalidate my existence and not really care about me at all. Wolves in sheep's clothing. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. If you've ever experienced this, if you are experiencing this, know this much. All of the videos that talk about narcissists, narcissistic abuse, and the tactics, if you resonate with these tactics, you need to get away from them. You really need to get away from them. Nobody deserves to go through that. And just bear this in mind. Going no contact with a narcissist is different from the narcissist giving you the silent treatment. Going no contact with a narcissist means you are trying to forget that they exist because you are the victim. Okay? Do not ever let any manipulative person, narcissistic, sociopathic, hell, even bipolar, borderline personality disorder, you do not let any kind of person that has manipulative tendencies make you feel that you are wrong for going no contact with them. You are not wrong. You are looking out for your mental health. So going no contact, deleting their numbers, changing your numbers, changing everything about yourself is not the same. The silent treatment is usually implemented when the narcissist has found new supply. So while they are grooming their new supply, they're going to obviously give you the silent treatment. They're going to give you the silent treatment. If they do respond, they're going to gaslight you. They're basically keeping you at arm's length and grooming whatever it is they have going on this side here. Now, if the narcissistic supply doesn't work out for them, then they're going to generally try to return back as if nothing happened. And that is where, like I say, you get the hell out of Dodge. You don't bother. It's going to be hard. Trust me, it's going to be hard, especially if you've been with a narcissist for many years, because they can use charm. They can use a lot of different things. Look at my other videos. It gives you all the hoovering tactics. But trust me, if they treated you this way, it only takes one time. It takes one time to show you who they truly are. Okay? Because when the mask comes off, that's when you see who they truly are. Everything that happened at the end is who they truly are. Everything that they've shown you at the end is who they are. Everything during the relationship was to appease you. It was to appease you. Narcissists have an image to maintain. And if they are in a relationship with someone, they have to uphold that image because they don't want other people looking at them like they're shitty people. They don't want other people looking at them, seeing them for who they really are. So that's why the whole persona, everything looks good on the outside. And that's why you're left to wonder, what the hell happened? It's exactly what it is. Who they really are is at the end of the discard. Well, guys, I decided to keep this video kind of short because, the silent treatment is what it is. It's a tactic used to invalidate your existence, whether it's during the relationship, giving you the cold shoulder and acting distant and just being really malicious towards you, or at the end of the discard, beginning or end of the discard, in that They're getting their ego stroked somewhere else, okay? And if you notice that this is what it takes for a narcissist, a person in general, a manipulative person, to go and just try to destroy you because they're getting their ego stroked by superficial sources, do you really want someone like that in your life? I mean, realistically, do you want someone like that in your life? If anything, the narcissist did you the favor of showing you who they really are and the reasons why you should never take them back. The best thing you could do for yourself is walk away, because as much as you invested your time, your love, your patience, you invested a lot. And I know that you feel that it was time wasted, which unfortunately it is true. You learned something. You learned how to not deal with other people's bullshit, and you learned what red flags to look for. So as the narcissist was attempting to destroy you, they were actually teaching you. All right. They were teaching you a thing or two about not only them, but what to look out for in your next relationship. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. I will be working on my next video for you guys. It's going to be, which narcissists are you dealing with? This will be very interesting. So till next time, guys. Namaste.